Hello my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online and I'm back with another review. And guys, today we're going to be talking about our favourite dysfunctional grandma, Jenny, and runt of the litter. Fair enough, we haven't seen many of his siblings, but you know he is, Sumit. And in today's episode, they have yet another harebrained scheme for Jenny to stay in India. So yes, this is 90 Day Fiance the other way. Season 6, Episode 3, Jenny and Sumit. Guys, very quickly, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just join the other 40,000 people, yay, for a good time. And also don't forget to smash the like button repeatedly if you enjoy the content. So without further ado, I give you Jenny and Sumit. So last week, as we know, Jenny's visa was put on hold and she shouted at Sumit, "This is the worst thing that could have ever happened." Nope, Jenny, you're wrong. The worst thing that could ever have happened is that you actually met Sumit. That's the worst thing. And she said, "I should have expected this. Why ever did I come back here?" And that's a question, Jenny, that we all wonder. In fact, week in and week out, the Ebird ponders the imbecilic decisions that you make. And it's said that I'm quite intelligent, and all I can come up with is, fucked if I know. And Jenny was in her bedroom, huffing and performative packing, like she does. And Sumit said, "Jenny, just be calm. This is not something that's created by me or my parents." Sumit, yes, it freaking is. You refused to marry her, and your parents threaten all manner of awful things if you do. It's both of your making. And he said, "We'll just have to stick to the original plan, which is you getting flights out of the country every 6 months." And Jenny said, "Well, it's not you that has to do it, and not you that has to pay for it." And he said, "Well, don't worry, I'll pay." Really, Sumit? I haven't seen you in gainful employment for years and years. Not since your days of scamming people in the call centre. And it makes me wonder, guys, how is Sumit proposing to pay? Through his television money? Perhaps so. And Sumit lies to producers and tells them it was our plan that Jenny would leave every 6 months. Sumit, no it wasn't. You promised to marry her. That was the plan. This was only some sort of backup plan, if you can call it that, when you reneged, like you always do, on your promises. And guys, it seems to me that when Sumit lies to production or to Jenny, he actually believes the lies he says. It's almost as if he chants it 200 times, it becomes the truth. Sumit, no it doesn't. He'll be selling chanting beads for his lies soon. And so the couple decide to go and see an immigration lawyer to find a permanent solution to this problem. They want a way, any way at all, for Jenny to stay in India. But interestingly enough, on the way there, Jenny lets us know that in fact her visa hasn't been cancelled. Because of COVID, she's still allowed to extend it. It was just a glitch in the system. Similar to your fiancé, Jenny. Sumit's a glitch in the system. So when they finally arrive to see the immigration lawyer, Sumit repeats the whole boring story of their relationship for the 90th time. And he asks, "Is there anything that we can do to keep Jenny in the country?" "Yes," says the lawyer. "Oh really? Things are looking up." And the lawyer says, "Are you ready to give up your American citizenship?" What? And whilst I'm surprised at this question, it would seem that Sumit isn't. Sumit the weasel just turned and looked at her with his hangdog expression, expectantly. There are not enough words in the English language for me to express to you guys how much I despise Sumit. The look that he's giving Jenny now convinces me that he would be more than happy to have her give up her American citizenship. But for once, Jenny was absolutely on point and she said, "No, not happening, absolutely not. I'm American, I'm from America, my kids and my grandkids are in America. I've worked all my life for my benefits and my pension and I'm not going to give them up now. This is one step too far." And finally, guys, we discover how Jenny actually stands up straight. She does have a backbone after all. I was beginning to wonder. And then the immigration lawyer said, "Well, there's only one other thing for it. The other option is ISKCON." ISKCON? The International Society of Krishna Consciousness. In other words, Harekrishna, Harekrishna. And they suggest if she joins this Harekrishna movement, she may get a visa that's for missionaries and be able to stay in the country for good. Jenny was very thoughtful about this idea and she started laughing and she said, "Well, I'm not at all religious, but at this point I'm prepared to try anything." And she asked, "What do I have to do?" And the lawyer said, "Nothing, all you need to do is just join this movement. I don't have to do anything, I don't have to convince anyone that I'm a devoted Hare Krishna." And he said, "All you have to do is join." And Jenny said, "I can't believe it's that easy." Now guys, I don't know anything about Hare Krishnas, except for people wearing orange and chanting and dancing in the street. And the last time I saw that was like in the 1990s. I haven't seen them for years and years in the UK. And so I decided to do a little bit of research, and the Harekrishna Religion I discovered started on October the 9th, 1966 in Thompson Square Park in New York. And right away, this whole thing is giving me more cult vibes than religion vibes. But I continued. And so in this religion, they believe that Hare Krishna's name should be chanted on the streets for the benefit of all. I couldn't help but think Don't Trust Sumit should also be chanted on the streets for exactly the same reason. So come on, Jenny, it's time to crack out the orange sari and let's get chanting. And as I read further about this religion, one of the main tenets of this religion is reincarnation. What? Oh God, so we'll never actually be rid of Jenny or Sumit. They'll just keep on coming back. Guys, I'm not sure this is such a good idea. And then I further learned that to be a devoted Hare Krishna, you're not allowed to eat meat, there's no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication. Guys, come on now. How do you think that Jenny's going to stomach Sumit without a large white wine every evening? But having said that, she's also intoxicated with Sumit, so maybe it could be a good thing. So in addition to dancing round the streets spreading the message of Hare Krishna, all devotees have to do at least 2 hours of chanting every single day. That's 16 rounds of chanting. Jenny, it seems there's a little bit more to this religion than you're first giving credit for. And so anyway, the Harekrishna Religion took a little bit of a nosedive, because in 1977, their main guru, Srila Prabhupada, unfortunately died, and they found it, how can we say, exceedingly difficult to replace him. They decided to put many different gurus in place, and they had to go to the four corners of the job centre to spread the message, find more followers. And so Prabhupada's death was unthinkable for most of the devotees and the followers of Hare Krishna, and they say that his death was completely unthinkable. But guys, when I looked him up, I could see he did have quite a few years on him, and so it wasn't that unthinkable. If they'd have asked me, I'd have thought it. To me, not at all unsurprising. And what was also unsurprising was what happened next. All of the new gurus were trying to maintain this no sex, no drinking, no meat eating lifestyle. And unsurprisingly, one by one, they all had a bit of a fall from grace when they found it a little bit difficult. And people say a lot of the new gurus were drunk on power and seemingly alcohol. In addition, and it's said that many of them found it extremely difficult to lead a celibate lifestyle. Maybe they should have married Jenny. Sorry, no, that wasn't very nice. But apparently in recent years, things have looked up a bit for this religion, and the numbers are once again growing. And Jenny tells Sumit, I'm really going to think about joining this religion. Sumit, she's thought about it and the answer's yes. Guys, this is so ridiculous to me. Jenny's so desperate to try anything to stay with this guy. It really does sadden me. And next time we see this couple, they're both on their way to the Harekrishna Temple to see what she has to do to join. And so as they go to get out of the taxi, Sumit says bye, and she said, "Are you not coming?" And he said, "No, the thing is, I don't want to influence you. This is going to be all your choice." "Oh, Sumit, stop with this having morals malarkey. It doesn't suit you." And so Jenny walks into the massive temple alone, and she reflects once again that she's not a religious person. But I've got to tell you guys, this temple is absolutely beautiful. The ceiling's so ornate. And I've got to hand it to the Indians. They do know how to make a beautiful temple. And so Jenny walks in and she meets the ISKCON priest. She tells him she's thinking about joining, and he says great. And he introduces her to some of the other ladies who are practicing Krishna consciousness. And so Jenny joins them in sitting on the floor on cushions, and they start counting beads and chanting Hare Krishna. There are 108 beads in each round, and as we remember, they've got to do 200 rounds. And they chant Hare Krishna to each bead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And as Jenny sits there, counting off beads and chanting away, and trying to pretend that she's into this religion, she says she feels peaceful. And she asks the ladies what else they have to do in this religion, and they said you have to be very disciplined. And Jenny's all for this, and she says she feels completely different now she's been chanting. And Jenny's all for the religion, she can see herself joining. And I can tell Jenny considers this to be her great get out of jail free card. But the Ebird sees just a few problems. 1. No drinking. 2. 2 hours of chants per day. 3. No sex with Sumit. To most a benefit, but probably not for Jenny. and 4 she has to give up eating meat, she can only be a vegetarian. And that's just from a 10-minute delve into the religion of Harekrishna. If I looked properly, I bet I could come up with quite a bit more. And so Jenny goes back to the priest, and she says that she's considering being a Harekrishna devotee. He says, oh, fantastic. And then she tells him about her issues with Sumit, and she says his family is against it because of her age, forgetting once again to address the lies and the infidelity. And he in turn tells her, well, if you join, we would welcome having your wedding here at this temple. And then Jenny asks, what are the rules? And he says all she has to do is chant Harekrishna, and she's joined. Quick as a flash, Jenny says Harekrishna. Yay, she's a devotee. Well done, Jenny. Now where's that visa? And Jenny said, I don't have to give up anything. And he says, well, no, not straight away. How tricksy of him, but in time you'll have to give up everything you love. And then Jenny tried once more, and she said, at the moment I'm on a tourist visa. Is there any way I could get a missionary visa via this religion? And the priest said, well, when you get married, all will be well. And if you chant enough, the parents will come round and they'll allow you to get married. And Jenny said, well, yeah, but if perchance they decide not to, can I get a visa as a missionary, please? You may be able to, but you'd have to put in maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years, maybe even 10 years. It depends on the level of your devotion. But it's not going to happen for a beginner. Wah, 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 wah. And that's where Jenny's flirtation with Harekrishna ended. Her face fell and she hot-footed it out of there as quickly as her little legs would carry her. She joins Sumit, who's sitting outside the temple on the curb, and she tells him the bad news. No, not that he's a lying little worm, but that this will not work. And Sumit's face fell. And later on he tells production that was the only thing that was going to keep Jenny here. I definitely can't choose Jenny over my parents. I'm now really afraid for our relationship. I'm not, Sumit. I'd like your relationship to end right away. This madness has to stop. And that's where we leave things for this week. And so what does the Ebird make from all of this? Well, another day and another scam from Sumit. So guys, I honestly didn't think Sumit could sink any lower. He's lower than a snake's belly. But yet still, week by week, he manages it. And guys, I really couldn't believe it when the immigration lawyer was saying, would you give up your American citizenship? He was all prepared for her to do so. Knowing that he has no intention of marrying her and knowing that there's no security in a relationship with Sumit whatsoever. He really is something else. And I feel sorry for Jenny that she doesn't pick up on these things. She should pick up on the fact that he was willing for her to give it all up, to lose it all, just for him, as she's done so many times before. And the second black mark for Sumit this week was the fact that he didn't even go into the Harekrishna Temple with her. I know he gave the horse shit about, I don't want to be seen to be pressuring you. But he's not even prepared himself to be a Harekrishna devotee, to maybe expedite the process of Jenny getting to be a missionary for these guys. He's literally prepared to do nothing to help Jenny. And what of Jenny? She really is the village idiot at this point. When the immigration lawyer said, well, maybe you can become a missionary, did you think all you were going to have to do was roll in, pretend to be a Harekrishna for a moment, and then you were going to get a visa? You didn't ask him any meaningful questions about the process. And it seems you also failed to look online to see what the process would be there. I think even now, Jenny doesn't know that you have to be celibate, non-drinking, non-meat eating, etc. She doesn't know anything about this religion, yet just a few moments ago, she was willing to join. And guys, watching these two bumble around India week after week, although gives us quite a laugh, we have to look at the human story underneath all of this. Jenny is spending her money, Jenny's running out of money, Jenny's wasting years, Jenny's wasting time. And Sumit, well, Sumit's just along for the ride, so it would seem. When will she wake up and smell the coffee? So guys, as usual, please let me know your thoughts on this couple in the comments down below. And also, do you think that Jenny should just at this point give Sumit an ultimatum? If we don't get married by this date, I'm gone, and then just stick to it. At least then he's going to have a harsh, stark choice. Jenny always gives the impression that there's more in her, that she always will stay. And you know, we all saw her do her performative packing yet again, and her little fit that she had a couple of weeks ago throwing the plastic chair out of the door. But all of that means absolutely nothing if within 10 seconds you give her another harebrained scheme and she's yet again prepared to go along with it. So guys, let me know what you think. What do you think Jenny has to do now to find out for once and for all if Sumit will marry her? Please put your answers in comments down below and I'll get on with my next video. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It's fun over here and I'll see you very soon. You've been listening to Ebird Online and I bid you good day.